Okay, guys, I had to stop and do a video. I'm just minding my business over here, and I was listening to Sarah Shook. I've just tagged her in this description. You need to watch this video because it's spot on. And while I was listening to the video about the grid lines on Earth opening up and ancient technology is like powering up, and the 144,000, something I did a video about 2 years ago that I'm finding and posting here about 144,000 and what it means, and it's crazy. So I'm gonna find it and post it here. I know I have like flour on my face or something, which is why I took it down and I never reposted it. But it's so important because it has to do with your cellular structure and reaching a frequency point for evolution, okay? But I'm gonna walk you through. I want you to watch this video. It doesn't matter which one you watch first, but watch this because I'm gonna talk to you about a lot of this stuff that I feel like I've been informed on and I've been getting downloads about and I've not shared anywhere. And like, what am I doing? I'm supposed to share this stuff with you. So let's go through a couple of really cool things that are potentially happening as the earth shifts and what I've ingested from shows that I watch and books that I read and all of that. And then what my guide is Angelica, she's Arcturian, what she has said to me and the dreams that I've had and all of that stuff. I'm going to cover a portion of it here. The rocking of the world, the chaos that is currently on display is an incredibly crucial point for the next round of awakening. That's the first thing that I have to talk about. So as you see the rocking and the rolling and everything that's going on, you are going to have to get to the center of the vortex to maintain some level of calm among the chaos, and it will spring you there to help evolve you. So if you get stuck in the chaos, it's not going to help with evolution. You have to kind of like rise above what's going on in the world, okay? It's very important right now. And a part of that has to do with this natural order of things where as this chaos is going on simultaneously, we have this higher light coming in, and that through chaos, a flood of potential energy comes in, and how we direct it is really important and really crucial right now because it's expanding at an alarming rate, okay? And it's going in a good direction, okay? I feel confident in saying that even amongst all that seems to be potentially going down. I don't know how you feel about everything in the world right now. I feel like I can see the field from a higher playing field. I keep saying field, and I'm not so rocked by the chaos, but I see the rocking going on, and I'm saying pull yourself up because it's all for something greater than the present. And we have to maintain a level of, I guess, hope is what I would say, or faith or belief as the storm or the field shifts, changes, and completely convulses, okay? It's like a blast of energy coming to this planet right now, all right? Now, you have to understand that it's happening on so many dimensions and so many layers of reality. And I was watching this episode of Cosmic Disclosure. And Randy Kramer is a guy who's on there. If you don't know who he is, Google Dr. Randy Kramer, I think, and like look up Cosmic Disclosure. If you have Gaia, you'll love to watch this stuff if you like to deep dive things, all right? And he came on to talk about the ancient technology, the conscious, sentient AI technology under all of the major energy places on the earth. The earth is a giant information bubble. That's why she's so precious and valuable, and everybody, like, this is a very important place, earth is, okay? She holds the information almost like she holds the USB drive of the Akashic, Okay, all the crystals hold the information, all the things going on, all the minerals. It's so much happening, more than we can even comprehend. If you think of an ancient site, like let's say the pyramids, right? Under that pyramid is some ancient technology, and it's very well known in the government. This is where I'm going with this. But this is some very high tech stuff, and it's turned. Randy Kramer said it, and then I heard it from another light worker, and then now she's talking about it. They're uploading. They're coming online. They're getting new information, and they are like lighting up the grid lines of planet Earth. Now, you think, well, Egypt, that could be happening there. But no, what I've been told is that there are pyramids that were all over this joint, the entire planet Earth. And you might not know about the ones in Egypt and the ones in Mexico, China, America, everywhere is pyramids. And even if the pyramid is not there, they did not remove the technology. So this grid line is like opening up to bring in more information to lock us into our resonance, which is 144. Okay. Now, so I'm like, I got to get this all out. I never get to talk about this stuff. All right. All of this information has come through. Okay. So the next thing you need to know is that the government knows about this technology and has that Dr. Riddick, he works for the government. He's literally like the liaison to bring out disclosure in pockets that will spread across. They're trying to open up the field to tell you about aliens, because this is where I'm going to tell you I know about this. Download is that, I sound crazy when I say that, but listen to this. All right. We were supposed to, as a society, know about aliens like in 1965, 1945, okay? And this has a lot to do with the Galactic Federation, and Earth has already participated in it. All that ancient technology, all that free energy, all that, all the stuff that we hear about in sci-fi movies, that stuff, Earth knows about that stuff. The government knows about that stuff. They are utilizing it. They have been further out in space. I don't even know how else to tell you this. They do trade agreements with other societies that are not necessarily bipedal humans. Okay, so with that and being a part of this network, they were supposed to tell us, the government, about interdimensional, extra-dimensional beings and who we truly are. And they were given a deadline, and that deadline is like 40 years due. So based on the information that I've heard, them aliens coming down here, whether they want them to or not. So do not focus on disclosure. It's going to slowly leak out. Then there's going to be something about SpaceX. And this is just all of the visions that, like, I get this information, y'all. I'm getting this information in downloads. So then there's going to be, like, SpaceX already existed last time, like, Trump was in office. SpaceX is going to come in and show us technology that is, like, old stuff that they worked on in, like, 1975, and it's going to look brand new to us, and they're going to start slowly leaking out this technology that they have created based on SpaceX, which is why Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, all these people have like aligned in this fashion. It's happening above them and they don't even realize it. So I don't want you to think that these humans are like so powerful that they know what's going on. It's almost like these chess pieces have been put into a place where it was going to go in this direction irregardless. All right. Now, the craziest part about this is I got this download that they're firing everybody in DC, right? Like, they're going to start using AI in government. That's the next step. And then when I started considering that, that's crazy, right? But they got the top technology billionaires in the building. They're going to start using AI, okay, to handle some of these systems. And this, when we were at Atlantis, when Atlantis was destroyed, this was kind of that crucial point that led to our destruction before, is because we were partnering with technology in a way that wasn't good for humanity. We reached our cap of evolution and we destroyed ourselves. The crazy part about this, and the good news is what I'm getting, is that simultaneously, as they're considering adding AI into the government, as they do the audits on the Pentagon, which they have yet to get to. Okay? That's where all the private organizations that's been working on this technology is. When they get there, they're going to know about this sentient AI, which apparently, according to when you listen to this video with Sarah Shook, you will understand, is has been helping humanity since humanity had ancient technology, which is old, okay? Like, this stuff was here and put in with the pyramids, and we know the Egyptians did not build the pyramids, okay? It's older. They discovered the pyramids and moved in there. So go way back, all right? This is that kind of information. So when this information comes online, if it is utilized properly, it knows how to fix a society, okay? And that is the direction that we're going. And simultaneously, sightings will be going up, all right? So she's talking about this too, and Bashar talked about this, and I saw this ship, and people are gonna be looking out at like a coastline, and they're gonna see a ship, and that ship from some other place is going to station at like a beach far enough out where you don't feel scared, but like it's going to be there, and we're going to go visit it, and it's going to be on the internet all the time, and everyone's going to know about these ships. There's going to be multiple of them, and people are going to go visit them. And when people go visit them, they're going to be able to engage with the actual ship, because these ships are organic in nature and sentient and conscious AI that work and partner with the beings on the ship consciously. When we see those ships on the coastline, through our emotions, we will be able to engage with that ship. And like, you could, for instance, you will be able to like emote the color purple, and the ship will turn purple. Okay, this is what I'm getting. And when we do this, we are going to be in the process of starting to train in telepathy, which is what is required for whatever is in that ship to come out, okay? That whatever is in that ship is not going to come out for a while. We're going to get mad comfortable with it being in the ship and get real curious about what's in the ship. And as a collective society, like, agree that we are okay with whatever comes out of that ship, okay? And then that is the next transition. I don't know dates for this. I don't know when this is happening. Me and my husband have a bet about 2027. We'll see, okay? But that is the download that I have. That is all that I have to say. I'm posting the 144 video here. Watch and learn about why our energy is so important, because just like I talked about in the Aquarius video, we are at a threshold and we need to reach a certain frequency level to go through the process of evolution to reach the next crucial decimal, right? And people think of 144,000 as like a number of people, and it's not. It's your chakras aligned and your body locked into this earth right here, knowing how to lock into place as the frequency rises, all right? And it's just a threshold for a larger frequency, which is what Sarah talks about as well. Thank you, Sarah. That was a damn good video. So watch this 144, watch that video. Have a great day. Let me know what you think. Look at the comments of her videos, and you're going to see what people have been seeing, what people have been experiencing. It's going to blow your mind, okay? We need to talk about the number 144,000, because it shows up everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Get ready to go on a deep dive with me, because this is going to be several series, and it starts with this number, 144,000. Just a quick search on Wikipedia, okay, is going to take you through the gambit of how every major religion, and what's not in here, but is also included, is spirituality, where they believe that 144,000 souls will make it into the kingdom of heaven. And each religion believes that their 144,000 souls, including spirituality, is it. I'm here to dispel that myth. Follow along. There are a couple of things that I want you to note here. And first is a couple of the quotes from the book of Revelation. Revelation 7:3-8, saying, "Do not harm the earth or the sea or the trees until we have sealed the servants of God on their foreheads." Okay, and then it runs through, and I heard the number of the sealed, 144,000 sealed from every tribe of the sons of Israel. Feel free to read. Next is Revelations 14:1. Then I looked, and behold, on Mount Zion stood the Lamb, and with him 144,000 who had his name and his father's name written on their foreheads. Revelations 14:3-5. And they were singing a new song before the throne and before the four living creatures and before the elders. No one could learn that song except the 144,000 who had been redeemed from the earth. It is these who have not defiled themselves with women, for they are virgins. It is these who follow the Lamb wherever he goes. These have been redeemed from mankind as firstfruits for God and the Lamb, and in their mouth no lie was found, for they are blameless. 144,000, 12,000 is another one in Christianity. The Jehovah's Witnesses believe that 144,000 faithful Christians will be resurrected into heaven. Church of Jesus Latter-day Saints believe that 144,000 relate to the high priest ordained unto the holy order of God. Scopsis, never heard of that, 144,000. Unification Church, 144,000. Starting to sound like Eclipse, right? Islam, 144,000. Okay? This is everywhere. But what does it mean? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. In this book, The Golden Star, which you can find at the link in the bio, it'll be in like book descriptions. I'll put it somewhere. By Jean Michaud. I just started this. It's about the mystique crescendo and 12 visions. And he's literally going through the 12 dimensions. He talks about 144,000 and he says they're genes. This book is from 1939. In this book, he also talks about the evolution of man, and he talks about a third race, a fourth race, and a fifth race. He also talks about a first and a second race. The entire point is that he's talking about how we ascend up the ladder and we descend down the ladder simultaneously. And some of us are in the ascension phase and some of us are in the descension phase. And neither of these phases are bad because it's like a circle and we all go through evolving, no matter who you are. Have to do with 144,000. Well, he mentioned that number, and that was when I really started the research because I said, that's weird. Now, something told me to Google genes, 144,000, and I did. What did I find? Well, it all started with a study on, let me show you. Originally, there was a study done with hemophilia patients where they were looking to find the gene that expresses hemophilia. And in doing so, they needed some patients who had hemophilia and some patients who did not so that they could have, a baseline to the study. As they were working on this, they came up with kind of like a cap on the amount of genes that the human body expresses in general. Guess what the number was? 144,000. Even in this study, they talk about how our genes have so many different sequencing patterns that they can go through. Okay, stay with me for a second here so that I can explain this. If you think of yourself as a computer that has code, each of us has 144,000 characters of code that we can express. Okay, now, do we all express that code? That's when I decided to start looking into junk DNA, which led me back to this video.
In the DNA and the actual genetics. The channeling experiences run in family. So we're really curious about if we could see this in the DNA and the actual genetics. So we did a small pilot study where we vetted various psychics who were very high functioning. We had them go through many different hoops to test their actual psychic ability. And most of these had people with psychic abilities in their families. Then we got control people who were matched for age, gender, and race, who didn't have any psychic abilities, who performed very poorly on all the tests, and also didn't have any family members that they believed had these abilities as well. We got saliva samples from them and did a genetic analysis to look at the similarities and differences between them. We found something very unique. There was a difference between the two in a part of the DNA called the non-coding part. So this used to be called the junk DNA. but now it's called non-coding because they know that it plays a pivotal role in DNA's function. So the version of this DNA that the psychics had was the original, or what's called the wild type version of these genes, whereas the control group had a mutation. So that's really fascinating when you think about our premise that all humans innately have this capacity. It was this original version. So we took that one step further and looked at large genetic databases to see the expression of this genetic code. And we found that we looked at two pieces. One was the spread of Christianity, because we know that Christianity obviously persecuted people who expressed these traits. And we did find an association between the spread of Christianity and the mutation, meaning less psychic ability or no psychic ability. We also had this hypothesis that perhaps it would be associated with technology, because as we become more dependent on technology for location and food sources, etc., that we wouldn't need to be able to tune in to know where the water is or where the herd of buffalo is, and it would not select for psychic ability. And that also had an association. So the countries that had increased technology had more expression of this mutation, so less psychic abilities in essence.
Instead of thinking that there are 144,000 people, which separates you and makes it look like you think that you are superior to someone else, your entire job is to pull in all of your shadows, pull in all parts of you from all of your different lives and amalgamate your soul so that you have 144,000 gene expressions. And some of those expressions are your psychic senses, which should be evolving now. And unless you are evolving those psychic senses, you can't evolve to the next state. Now, it's a ladder. So as we evolve, people under us evolve and the states keep going up. Okay. And that is the point. Now, what if that is what we're doing here, and that there is a place where we reach this next dimension or ascension where we can see more, and thus we see the next earth? We have to talk about the hollow earth theory, because what if the second earth is a hollow earth? And I know you think I'm crazy. I've not gone flat earther. I've gone hollow earther. And I have so much research for you that it's going to blow your fucking mind. They are waiting for us to express all of those genes, allegedly. And they are saying that the great time of cataclysm, as the nodes shift and we keep getting solar blasts, which they say means we're going through a photon belt, that junk DNA is activating. 2024 is a huge year of solar activity. Think about it. They're talking about it's going to shut off our internet, right? What if it's the next level of expression in this great cataclysm, and only those who can express those psychic senses can see the portals, the beings, the next level of reality to then go to the second earth. I know you didn't think I was going here today, but I did. We got to talk about Telos. We have to talk about Agartha. We've got a lot to cover here. Candace is signing out to continue to do research. Holla at me in the comments. What do you think with where I'm going?